Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yeah,
Happy
same to you.
Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
It is Wednesday. I think.
I know. It's been a long week already.
Yeah.
So, anything new with anybody?
It's still raining. Well,
You
it's
still
kind
get
of cleared.
rain?
It kind of cleared up. It's a little better, but it's still kind of. It's not really raining. It's just a blue kind of day, gray.
Well, at least it's blue.
Well, it's not really blue. It's kind of gray.
No.
Has it been flyable for you lately?
For me,
Yeah.
not
Like
really. It's kind of yucky, rainy. But
Yeah.
I am hoping in the next few days I'm going to be pulling that old trike out and get back in the air.
Yeah. Things have been rough here. We've had really bad weather for a very long time here in Central Florida.
Really?
Yeah, it's so weird. Every once in a while, we'll get a teeny tiny window, but it's just not clean air. Not sure what's going on. But yeah, everybody is waiting for things to look up a little bit.
And I think we're supposed to hit 60s again next week. What? I'm going to have to log off, aren't I? Anyway, yeah, so let's get this Canadian guy, get him into the show, named Gavin.
All right.
Let's do it.
Hi, Gavin.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. I like the intro.
Yeah, it was pretty neat.
For the so-called so many pictures you gave me. He gave me 2.
You didn't get any more? He didn't give you any more?
I could have sent the whole album, but there's some there on Instagram.
Jade always finds the good photos and videos. She knows where to find them.
She does.
I like to snoop.
Before we get started, let's do talk about Sean. I think he had an accident. I don't know when it was, if it was yesterday or was it yesterday?
This morning, I believe.
This morning. Yeah, he had an accident, paramotor accident. I understand he's doing okay, but he's sore. I hope that's all that happened to him. I just want to wish him the best. And if you guys have something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she froze up again.
I broke down when I saw the video, and I told these guys I wasn't going to talk about it because I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Walter, Sean, from Monday night's show, and Sean Simon.
Yeah.
And Travis, yep, I am a Facebook stalker. I'll find the oldest and creepiest pictures of you, right, Deweese?
Yes, she can find some stuff that you have thought you forgot about. She finds it on Facebook.
All right. So, Gavin, tell us where you're at.
I'm in Ontario, Canada. I'm just about an hour south of Ottawa. So almost in the capital, but not quite there.
Ah. What kind of weather do you have up there?
The snow seems to have vanished now. It's all turned into water and a lot of mud, which makes for really hard flying right now. Because anywhere you want to lay your wing, it's just a whole bunch of mud. So I'm trying to find some good takeoff spots, but it's challenging here.
What spots do you usually take off at? What kind of terrain do you usually get other than mud?
I can find a pretty good field most of the time. During the winter it was harder just because with all the snow, you don't really want to run in knee-deep snow. So I found like a nice snowmobile trail this year. The field I flew from last year, it's been all tilled up, so I got to find another one. But usually it's a nice big open field.
Yeah, so pretty much paramotoring in the wild, because there are people who have access to airports and like spaces where you can fly and kind of rely on them being there all the time. But then there are the, you know, the wild paramotoring in the wild option.
Yeah, for the
Construction.
first 4 years when I was living at my parents' house, so we used to fly from our backyard. So that was lots of fun. It was very convenient.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah.
It's definitely dream properties where you can fly out of the backyard. That's really cool. So,
Yeah.
Gavin,
Yep.
how old are you?
How old am I?
Yes,
I'm 22.
22. All right. And you told us briefly about what got you into flying or who got you into flying.
Right.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for sure. So this goes back 7 years now. My dad, he was looking for a new hobby, and he was looking into aviation, and slowly narrowed it down to paramotoring, going through all the ultralights and just looking up stuff. And then he found some training, kind of like 3 hours into Quebec. So I didn't really know much at the time. So he went off, he did his training, and I didn't really get a good grasp of what paramotoring was until he came home with his equipment. And I was hooked right away as soon as I saw it. So I was 15 at the time. Here in Canada, you have to be 16 to get your license. So I spent all year just kiting his wing in the field. So by the time I was 16, I was working at Tim Hortons at the time. That's our coffee chain here in Canada.
I know that one.
Yeah, yeah. And so yeah, I saved up all my money, and I did it right away as soon as I could.
Who's this guy that's on our screen right now?
Pascal.
That's my dad. That's yeah.
I kind of figured that was your dad.
So he is free right now, huh? Free and watching.
I'm sure he'd hop on if he has the ability to.
Dad, you're welcome to hop on if I put the invite out there for you.
So tell us what you fly, Gavin.
So right now
He's more than welcome to join in.
I'm on a Kangoo Emmerich frame with a Monster 185, and I'm flying an RPM 2 15 meter right now.
Okay. So tell us about your the frame, the Kangoo. You said the Amarok.
Yes, exactly.
About it. What do you like about it? What is special about its design?
Yeah, so it's made here in Canada, which is I love. I love that it's Canadian made. It's very easy to get parts for, and it's so it's very easy to get parts for. It's very local, so I can go up to the factory, see how it's made. If I need something like specially made, like I have a good relationship with him, and it's still new to me right now. But my dad's been flying a Kangoo for probably a year and a half now, maybe 2 years. Yeah, I used to fly a Parajet, but there's a few things on it that kind of made me icky with it, just like the netting, the way it was done. It tended to pop off for me, at least just the one I had. So I like this frame a lot better, just because it's nice and rigid, and it doesn't feel like my netting's going to fall off at all.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, and it's a new color, and I like to spice it up a little bit. Like I used to have all black and red color matched everything. But now I'm on to like a candy purple color, so I'll have to get new equipment to match that.
Yeah, that gets expensive when you start chasing color. You're gonna
Yeah.
go through a lot.
So don't tell me you do all that crazy flying. You for sure do all that nice, slow, easy flying.
Absolutely not. No, I can't fly a straight line.
Not with a 15 meter wing. You did say 15 meter, right?
Yeah. I've slowly been working down to it, though. It's not something I just got right away.
Yeah. So you're going for speed flying ultimately, or what's going on here?
Exactly that. Yeah, that does interest me, but I don't know where to get started with that, so I'll just stick with paramotoring for now.
Have you done an SIV?
No, it's much harder to do that here in Canada. There's not many spots, but I've been looking at one in I think it's BC, out in Vancouver. So if I have the time and can find the free time, and if my bus is done as well, I can take a trip down there, and I'll love to do one.
I do have to show you.
That's cool.
Gavin, I'm trying to find that one where you're on the back of the truck. Trying to find that video.
There's a couple. There's a part 2 that's pretty popular
I know
right
I
now.
found the part 2, but I'm trying to find part 1 because it's the funniest thing. And of course, I can't find it now, which one it is. We're going to go with, I see a part 6. Maybe I got to go up higher. So you can go to his Instagram. He posts a lot of stuff on his Instagram is just his name. And let's see if I can with you or share a couple. I'll just go with.
Do you post videos to YouTube?
Slowly been throughout the years, but I haven't been focusing on it all that much. Planning to a lot more now.
This isn't it. Because you weren't. Nope, that's not it. You're going to talk about that a little bit also.
Yep.
Oh, come on. We just went over this too. Here's some of his flying. Still looks a little cold up there.
Yeah, it's just above 0 right now.
How's it get in the summertime in Canada to fly?
It's
This
beautiful
one.
in summer. It's most days that are flyable, there'll be almost no wind at altitude, so it's very smooth. Especially when you stick to evenings, it's almost never bumpy.
Yeah.
This is a part 7. This is what we do with friends.
Yep. Yeah. If it wasn't for my friends, I wouldn't be able to do that. That was my buddy's truck, and then my other buddy was filming.
But where is the one that this? Here we go. Is this it? Yes. No, that's not it either. Anyway, you guys get the gist. All right, tell us about the bus. What was the deal with this bus?
All right, the bus. Tiny homes go back a long way for me. I've always been somewhat obsessed with it, or really like the idea of living in a minimal world. So it goes back like I used to draw blueprints just for fun as a kid, just like planning out different designs, and then I got good on like a program that you could like sketch up different 3D ideas, and I would build out little tiny homes. So the idea for the bus was mainly for paramotor travel, because here in Canada, there's not many people who fly, not around me at least. So I'm doing everything I can to get more exposed to the community and just meet new people who also fly. So the bus is mainly going to be for like paramotor adventures, but also going to be our full-time home for a couple years at least.
Nice. So what are you doing? Sealing up all the windows here?
Yeah. So right now I'm sealing up the windows now that I'm able to actually work outside and it's not freezing. I got a little break in weather. There's no rain, so I was able to caulk up at least the one side of the bus. I wasn't able to do the other one just yet, but I really want to focus on getting it leak proof, because it doesn't matter what you do on the inside. If you get some water in there, it's all going to go to garbage.
All right. So do you make it with a bathroom and a bedroom and?
Yeah, it's going to be fully solar paneled, all solar energied.
Oh, very nice.
Bathroom, shower, everything you need. We have 2 dogs, so they'll be with us in there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it should be just big enough for the 4 of us.
Is this the first time you've been doing this, or have you done another one in the past?
For the most part, it's my first time actually building something out.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say any of other of my projects would be this much. I've never been able to build anything this big, I guess, from start to
So,
finish.
so living in Canada, what kind of, I mean, it really gets cold there. So what kind of heat do you use in that?
But in the bus, I'm going to have a little wood stove as well as just a backup. It can either be a propane furnace or it can be a diesel heater. There's a few different options I can go with, but the plan is not to be here in the winter, so hopefully we don't have to deal with too much cold.
Yeah.
So 2 Feet and a Heartbeat's got a question for you. Do you know Andre from Ontario, PPG?
I do not. It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay.
Do you have a group that you fly with, or do you just by
I have
yourself?
a
Not
question.
really a group, no. So when my dad's here in the summer, we fly together. I've just started flying with Acro Adam, who lives about an hour away from me. So that's good fun. We have a lot of the same flying styles, so I can fly with him a little bit now. And this summer I should be flying with a few other people as well. I've been meeting people over the winter in different parts of Ontario right now. So hopefully we can get everyone together at some point. We've never had any kind of official fly-in in Ontario, at least. I'm sure it happens in Quebec a little bit. There's a lot more pilots out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Where
with
does
our
Jim-
weather, it's hard to plan. It's really like a next day decision for the most part.
Where does Jim Samard live? I don't know what part of Canada he lives in.
Boy, I don't recall.
Yeah,
I'll have to check. And Paul Marzano just joined, and he said he was asking what part, and then he said he just got back from Winnipeg. It was cold.
Oh, Canada's so big. It's
Right.
huge.
Yeah, out there they seem to get more snow and colder weather than Ontario. This winter was very mild. We only got like one good snowfall and never really dropped below like -15 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but
Yeah.
it didn't really get all that cold, especially counting like last year and the year before that. We'd get much colder days.
So 2 Feet and a Heartbeat says that they've got a big group here from Buffalo, New York area. So they must cross over by you.
Yeah, I've thought about crossing the border and doing some flying in I think it's the New York State, but never got around to it.
Did you have any of the wildfires this past summer at all?
No, that was all north of us.
Okay.
But we were getting a lot of the smoke, as you can imagine, because I think even
Yep.
New York was covered in smoke as well. So there's about a week or two there. It was pretty thick.
Yep. I live in Wisconsin, and we had it pretty bad quite a few days. So he's 2 Feet and a Heartbeat said, if you want to come into New York, let us know.
For sure.
So he's got
I'd
a
love
group
to
of
make it happen
guys
one day. Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully sooner than later.
Oh,
and
Travis
Jim-
Samard is in Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's way off.
Yeah. We lost G.
Yeah. Maybe she'll be back in a minute. So, where all have you been able to fly?
Mostly just around here. It's I've flown in Mexico just once, and that was last year when I took a trip down there. My parents live down there for the winter, so they spent a good 6 months. And my dad, he flies as well, so I was able to use his equipment. And I think I took 2 flights while I was down there.
Yeah.
Did you see behind him? Somebody was trying to get in the screen.
You
Look
see my
off
dog
to
in
it.
the corner?
Yes.
Was it a dog?
Dogger,
Oh.
Dogger,
He was standing up on the.
come on, get up here. Get up here.
Oh.
There
Hi,
we go.
Tucker.
That's Tucker.
Oh.
Oh, what a cutie.
Buddy.
Yeah.
Tucker.
You gotta say hi over here. Over here. There you go. There you go.
Sweet.
Where's your ball? Go to your
Nice.
ball. Where's your ball?
That is a sweet puppy.
It was funny
I have
because
another
he
one
stood
at
up
my
on the
feet.
armrest. Uh-oh, who's this now? Alyssa.
Erskine.
Oh, that would be my girlfriend. Yeah. I
Oh,
don't know. She must.
Oh, her two boys.
she should be on here, Alyssa. You should be on here talking about his craziness. I saw the one video where you guys touched feet.
That was a fun video. Yeah.
What does
So-
John Wayne say here? Smart lives where they have that corner gas show.
I watched that. Has anybody watched that show? It's so
No.
crazy. It's crazy.
Fun show.
What is that?
It's
What
just
is it?
ordinary. It's ordinary people doing ordinary stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Nothing special.
Is it on YouTube or?
Yeah, I
gotta
don't know. I can't remember. It's somewhere. I can't remember where I watched it.
So you said you just been flying around there. Have you heard of any big fly-ins that are in your area? Or I guess I understand it's a big.
Yeah. Not so much. That's local and easy.
Any fly-ins?
No, I've never been to any. Obviously, it's on the bucket list, and I would very much enjoy it, but it's difficult here.
Paul Marzano, he lives out in Las Vegas, says, but the real question is, who do you think makes the best poutine?
Yeah,
Is that French fries with gravy?
and cheese curds. Yeah,
Oh, and cheese curds.
Oh,
yeah. No, there must be cheese curds on it. Yeah.
Now I'm with Travis on that. French fries and cheese
Travis?
curds and gravy doesn't go together.
Yeah.
No. French fries and gravy, yes.
You can get it at any fry truck that's here. Anyone will have it.
Travis.
I agree, Travis. No cheese curds with French
He's
fries.
from the Texas, Louisiana border, and we took him 10 pounds each of cheese curds because we're from Wisconsin. We took them regular cheddar and we took them pepper
jalapeno.
and he was like, no, thank you.
Uh,
Walter even says pass on the
Oh,
gravy.
put a link in here for PPG Grandpa to come on.
Gotta be adventurous. Come on.
Travis is from Louisiana. Yeah.
Can you send a link for PPG Grandpa to come in and give us all an update? Yep, we'll see if he can do that after we're done talking to Gavin.
Yeah.
So,
when you get your bus finished, where all do you plan on traveling?
It's still up for question. It's still up for debate. There's no solid plan right now. If I get off work early enough, so I'm a seasonal carpenter. I build decks, custom decks. So if I get off early enough, I'll venture out towards Vancouver, and then probably down south towards Arizona, Texas, maybe Florida. Well, I'll probably do that first, and then eventually, maybe later that year or the next year, I'll go down to Mexico.
cool.
Yeah, I'd like to get a feel for it. I've never been on the road for a long time or anything like that. I'm sure I'd love it, but just to get a good idea of how everything works, I'd like to just do a little round first.
How do you partition the space inside the bus to carry your gear?
It's a very good question. I've been messing around with a whole bunch of different layouts, and I'd have to break it down if I bring it into the bus. So it's very easy to break down. It's not a huge deal, but probably through the back door, slide it under the bed. That's where that will go. And then everywhere you can, just make a little shelf. We're going to be doing that just to hold some stuff.
All right.
Cool.
A friend of mine had a van built, and he put a garage in the back of his van, and it was a small van, not a school bus, right? So
Yeah.
he still managed to make it work with just this, closed out space in the back. So you open the back of the van, and he has his gear over there, and like little hooks and hangers and things to put everything he needs. The advantage of that was obviously not having, the smell of gasoline and any of that inside the living side of the van. Shout out
Exactly.
to Eduardo back if he's here.
And that was my very first idea, is to have about 2 feet at the back of the bus where I could store it. But it turns out that space was pretty valuable to us, so we decided not to go with the garage.
Yeah, especially with 2 dogs, you kind of need all the space you can get inside.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Does your girlfriend fly or have any interest in flying?
No, she does not fly. She's definitely nervous and scared, but she'll go up on a tandem flight probably this year, just to get a little taste of it. Yeah, she's definitely nervous though, especially seeing me fly. It's a whole different world to her.
Yeah. There's a different kind of flying than what you do.
Yeah, exactly.
So she hasn't even experienced a tandem flight yet?
Never, no.
Wow.
She might like it.
Yeah, I
Does
think
your
she'd
dad do
enjoy being a
tandem?
passenger, not having to take charge of anything.
Yeah.
Does your dad do tandem flights, or you have a friend that'll
A friend,
do that?
exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any gear or anything to do that.
So
So-
what does it entail? Oh, go ahead, G.
No, go ahead. That's all right. Go ahead.
That was
Oh,
you guys.
what does it
I didn't ask.
what does it entail to get your license in Canada? I know we've talked to other Canadians. I just want to hear again, so we've got it, and what it entails for you to fly over here if and when you come over.
Sure. So there's a few different rules. So we have a legal age of 16, and that's when I got my license.
Okay.
And then, so obviously you find a school, and you have to complete ground, at least the school I went to. It might be a little bit different in different schools here. But because I was already very advanced in kiting, because I'd been doing it all year previous to this, I was able to move up that step pretty fast. But it's probably, because it was so far, I took, I believe, 2 or 3 different trips down there. So it wasn't done all in one go, but more so just like maybe a month or so. But after you're done your ground handling and you get the check, you have to do a test at the school training, like a written test, and you have to pass that by like 90%. And then after that, you have to write a Transport Canada test, an ultralight Transport Canada test, and that will give you the ability to then actually take flight. And then you still have to go back to the school and do a total of 30 flights with 5 hours of flight, I believe it is. And then you can get your full license by that point.
So that's 2 written tests. So you have the first one, and then the one with the ultralight with the Transport Canada, right? So 2 written
Correct.
tests.
Yes. So the first test I took was just like specific to the school, and then the Transport Canada test is Canada wide.
All right. Okay. And then when you go back to the school for the flights, what was your training like? Like obviously ground handling, but then did they put you in the air right away, or were there other activities like towing simulator or other things?
There was a lot of just like a ground training. Besides like a kiting, a lot of just motor knowledge, a lot of airspace, just various different things that would be in the Transport Canada test, because you do have to know a lot about like small aircrafts to pass the test, which was kind of frustrating for me because I hadn't learned anything about it. So when I was studying for the test, there's a whole new set of rules that I had to understand that weren't necessarily particular to me. So a lot of it is just understanding those different rules. And then they slowly put you up in the air. It's definitely not something that I got just tossed up into. Yeah, no, they made sure you're ready to get up.
How was your first flight?
Amazing. I'm on my YouTube, actually. I think it might be the first video on there is my first flight. And it hooked ever since. It was as soon as I took off, I looked at my dad, who was recording me, with the biggest smile.
That's so cool. My first flight was not YouTube material.
Yeah, it was perfect takeoff. It was just a couple of steps, and I was much smaller at the time too, so it barely took anything for me to get off the ground.
And your dad was probably like, "Oh, show off."
Yeah, I definitely did do it pretty easily.
How old was Dad when he started flying?
I know he's watching right now. I don't know. It must have been I don't know, 7 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 45 is my guess. I'll see if that's right.
They're all
He said
45.
45-ish.
Okay, there you go. Perfect. Awesome.
Oh,
So,
Shane
how
Wyman.
does
Hang on. Shane Wyman, yes, you're allowed in here. Welcome, sir.
Oh, wow. We haven't seen him for a while.
Right. Go ahead, G.
So I was kind of my internet was acting up when you were talking about Mexico. So you mentioned that was in the Oaxaca region,
Yeah.
right? That area. So
Yep,
what kinds of flights did you do? And tell us more about it.
So my parents have just recently purchased property down there. So I'll have when I'm down there, I'll have a place to park the bus, and it's not too far from the ocean, so it'll be beach flying. I know there's a lot of mountains down there. I don't know much about free flight or mountain flight just yet, so I'm very anxious to learn about that and get into it. But it seems to be flyable every day down there, so I'm very excited to go down there.
It is amazing. I was very lucky. I got to fly in that area with my friends in Rumbo Expedition. Actually, Agatha is going to be our guest next week. Um, so I'm happy to connect you with them. They know all the beautiful spots to fly in Mexico. They are experts in the area, Agatha and Gabby. And of course, Alejandro Alpana, they're also their partner in the same company. So yeah, I'm happy to introduce you to
That'd be very cool. Yeah, my dad has
coolest people in Mexico.
friends down there, a little group of guys who fly also. So yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so watch next week, and hopefully they can give you some good tips and ideas of where to go down there and who to meet.
Awesome.
If Dad hasn't already met them.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. It's not a huge community there. You probably already know most of those people.
He might.
Yeah, it's great.
Probably, yeah.
So I want to say happy birthday to Bonnie. She messaged us, I guess, earlier tonight and said she didn't think she was going to make it because she was out for dinner with her husband and looked like one of her sons. So she's in here. So everybody's been saying happy birthday to her. So happy birthday, Bonnie.
Happy birthday.
And yeah, Shane Wyman's off of 12-hour shifts and working nights. So he's a day shifter again. So he's happy he can fly again.
That's awesome.
So, any other questions from the chat or you ladies?
I haven't seen any questions in the
No.
chat. Have you had any?
I have a question for you, Gavin. So I think, okay, I'm gonna go.
One of you.
So you mentioned your plans for that awesome road trip, all the way down to Mexico. Are there any other places that you have on your bucket list to fly at?
Yeah, a lot of different places for sure. A lot in Arizona. Arizona seems to be a nice spot to fly. A little bit in Utah, that'd be cool to go to as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, anybody's bucket list places would be mine as well. It's looking for great terrain and flying beside. I'd love to like mountain ranges or big rocks would be very cool because that's very different than what we have here. It's mostly just fields and trees and water. So
Pretty much like here.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what was your scariest flight? Have you had any scary flights?
Definitely one. I recently crashed. I dislocated my ankle in it. So that one was pretty scary. That was must have been, God, almost was it almost 8 months ago now? I was doing a wingtip drag and it sucked me in and I dislocated my ankle, but my bone kind of popped out the side of my ankle, so I was rushed to the hospital, and that was pretty scary for my friends and family for sure because, like I said, I'm not a straight line flyer, so they kind of all expect the worst sometimes when, especially when you hear me go down. My mom was nearby and she heard the whole thing, and it was pretty scary for her, especially.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it was
Yep,
it was bad timing too. I had a friend who came over while I was flying, so I didn't even know he was here, and he was just videotaping me from the driveway because I was just flying in the field next to the road, and he got it all on tape as well, not knowing that he was recording, and yeah, it was that was a scary flight. But I've never had any close calls besides that. There was one time a few years ago I was foot dragging a little water ditch between two fields, and with work boots on, of course, and it sucked me right in. So I landed in water that one time, but it was just a little ditch. It wasn't that big of a deal. Maybe 4 feet deep, 4 feet wide. Yeah, and actually, I had borrowed my sister's camera to take some nice pictures, so I had that on board, and yeah, that was destroyed in the process.
I'm sure she appreciated it.
Yeah, I don't think she was too happy on that one.
What are your most interesting flights that
Well,
you've
when
had?
you can get above the clouds here, it's pretty special because it doesn't
Yes.
happen too often. I've been flying for 6 years now, and I've only done it twice, or 3 times, sorry, and
Really?
it's that's pretty magical. It's that'll change your view on the sport, especially if you're scared of it. But you get that view at the expense of that. I think it's pretty worth it.
Right. I've done just a little bit of flying above the the river fog, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
Enough rare.
Yep. If most of the times, if we're able to go above the clouds, it'll be about 7,000 feet. So we're taking off at just above sea level. So it's quite a while to get up there, and you can only do it on the days that there's not much wind going on up there, and the clouds aren't really below 10,000 too often. So it's special when it happens.
Yeah. Does your dad go up there also?
Yep. I have a few pictures on Instagram of a while ago, and I think that might have been both our first times over the clouds, and it was just beautiful cloud structure, and so we got to do that together. It was fun.
Good.
So it seems to me like wingtip drags are kind of dangerous.
Very much so. Yeah, I was the day before that I was doing them all day, and well, the next day didn't treat me as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craig B from Australia, one of Walter's kangaroo buddies, he comes on our show occasionally along with some of the other shows, and last week he said that he hasn't been seeing any of our shows, and before the show tonight I said I am able to hold 50 hours worth and then I've got to dump them because otherwise we're not having a show. So I was able to dump some last night and tonight, so he apparently is now seeing them on Spotify or Apple. So I wasn't sure it was on Apple that I was downloading them on. And or view them on Apple or Spotify.
I'm curious, Gavin. So you said you're
Drill.
Oh, sorry, I think I'm cutting out. I'm overlapping.
Nope, go ahead.
I was curious about you mentioned that your family bought property in Mexico. Do you know which city in the Oaxaca region that they got it at?
I believe it's down in Escondido.
I'm gonna need to see a picture of your dad. Was he there last year by chance? Because I think I remembered someone by the name Pascal at the LD in Puerto Escondido. So the LD is actually a property owned by Marco.
Yeah,
Rosiaga.
exactly. Yeah, you nailed
And
it. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that would be it.
So I'm dad.
You got me at Marco.
That is so funny. And okay, so I don't know. He probably doesn't remember me, but I was there like playing with a dog the whole time. I had just landed and I was playing with that stray dog that I met. And I think someone like, a local walked over. Yep. Okay, so yeah, that's me.
Small world.
That's funny. I'm like doing the math in my head this whole time. But yeah, so he had just walked over and he said that he has his gear, and he talked about being there with in like I can't remember, it was like about to buy the property or looking at property or something like that. But yeah, that is so funny. What a coincidence.
So you were just playing with the dog. You weren't flying that day.
I had just landed after a cross-country flight from Cerro Hermoso to Puerto Escondido. It was about an hour-long flight, a little over an hour, and it was the last leg of that very like multiple day cross-country flight. We started out in Acapulco and we flew all the way down, all the way to Puerto Escondido, and we were just hanging out there waiting for everybody else to arrive. And I was, just enjoying the accomplishment. I think it was like my 8th-foot launch flight. So I was like, could not believe that I did that. So I was just sitting there, like beaming. And I'm usually very social when I'm happy. So I was just talking to everyone, introducing myself to everyone. And I remember your dad. I remember someone by the name Pascal who was there. And that is just crazy.
So
Wild.
Brian came in. Oh, sorry. Brian came in a little late and he's asking about what kind of camper. So I'll show him again out of a school bus.
Yeah, so on the interior, we have about 22 feet of usable space. So as long as we kind of measure it out properly and have enough counter space to couch space to bed space, we'll be good. Trying to
Oh,
figure out
fun.
what the good portions are, trying to figure out how much counter space we want, and so on. It's pretty difficult, especially when you got a bunch of ideas and there's no right one. It's hard to come to a conclusion.
So what does your girlfriend do for work that she's going to be able to just up and go also? So
Yeah,
jealous.
so she has her own little business. She does markets for the most part. She makes her own from scratch. She'll do this year she's doing a sourdough bread, and she
Ooh.
makes different sandwiches. And then there's a bunch of various things she does that's kind of like special to that week or whatever it may be. Like sometimes she does like infused olive oils or hot sauce, salsas, some baked goods. She's pretty well known for her lemon loaf. And yeah,
Dang,
she
I
gets to
think
be
we need to
creative.
have her on for a cooking show.
She'd probably love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
She loves it. She gets to be creative
I mean-
and kind of come up with her own twist on things, and people seem to love it.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
There's a local gal that's teaching how to make soda bread. And my husband wanted me to go, but I wasn't around at all on Sunday to do that. And she was doing a class for $50 per person, and it was including the ingredients. So I don't know. I'll figure it out someday.
Yeah, I can't keep up with her. She's always doing something in the kitchen, and she works long days, especially in the summer when she has 3 markets to go to all week, and she spends all of her time in the kitchen. I can't do it. I don't know how she does it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Soda bread. Yeah. Can you explain what that is, Gavin?
I meant to say sourdough bread if I would.
Sourdough.
Sourdough, yes.
Sourdough. Yeah.
Perfect.
I think I said soda bread. I don't know. It's got a outer crust that's very hard, and they make it into like a round
Loaf.
loaf. And you cut it, and it's got a distinct flavor to it. And I don't know, it's just amazing. And if she makes a lemon loaf of bread, I'd like to try that. Dang, that sounds good. Linda's like me. She says she gets bored with her cooking. Yeah, we'll have to have her on some night for cooking class 101.
Yeah, Linda says the next guy she meets has to love cooking because she doesn't.
Right? No, Shane, Eric is not here. So, all right. Any other questions for Gavin? G, come up with any more? Deweese?
Oh,
Anybody?
Pascal says those sandwiches are freaking amazing. He's a fan.
He can't wait till he gets her down there.
Get her back to Mexico.
Yeah, we're doing lots of taste testing over the summer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna stop by Florida and you need, an additional taste tester, I'm there. I just happen to be on the way,
Right. Just right on the way. When do you guys plan on making your maiden voyage? Next fall? Next late
Yes.
summer?
Yeah, it would be late summer, almost getting into winter. I'm really hoping I can have the bus to a point where it's at least livable with minimal solar setup. I
Okay.
think I'll get it done. I'll be working long hours in the summer, but it won't stop me from building the bus because I'm very excited to get that done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to keep in touch with you to get updates on your bus. And if there's ever a time that you're able to not fly and you want to join in on our show and just pop in, you're more than welcome to pop in. So I'm going to put the invite here too if Dad wants to join in. I also did send Sean an invite, but he has not responded to me, so I don't know if he's sleeping or what, or he's causing havoc with the nurses or the doctors. So hopefully he's behaving. But he's more than welcome. And if you want to join in and say hi, or anybody else wants to come in quick and chat and meet Gavin, you're more than welcome to. When's the last time you've flown, Gavin?
It would have been just a couple days ago now.
Okay.
Since the new year, it's only been 6 days that we're flyable, and I've been up all 6.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's any forecasted in the near future. Seems to be pretty rainy and windy right now, so
Right.
a little bit of a break.
And
What's
too
the
much water.
warmest?
So you must be on gear that like gloves and things to use in cold weather.
Yeah,
What do you use to stay warm up there?
just full ski suit, really. Snow pants, two-layered jacket, balaclava gloves. It's not the best flying. I don't really enjoy it. I obviously I will because I love flying, but I definitely take it easy in the wintertime. Just I don't feel as comfortable with all these gloves on, and I don't have a good feel on the wing.
Okay, the one thing that got me with Gavin to contact him, but he says it's not him. Kramer, I sent it through Facebook Messenger. Is I'm going to present this on his thing again. Downhill skis, because we talked about doing this. It's kind of crooked, so turn your head sideways for
Yeah, it's meant to be on the phone.
check that out.
On YouTube too.
Oh, you do have it on YouTube?
Yeah.
So this is not you, this is your friend. Who's that in the dark colored wing?
That's Acro Adam. That's his tag on Instagram. I just recently met him this winter, and we started flying together.
And this one is you?
Yep. The POV is mine.
Okay. Look like you're more upside down than you are upright.
Oh, this is Kanguk. At the factory?
It is.
Oh, that's your purple you were talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
Pretty.
it stands out. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice shirt.
I get a lot of compliments on that shirt. It's a waste bin company for demolition, and they gave me that sweater, and I'm sure they got their money's worth now. It's pretty popular.
Right? All right. Travis, do you want to oh, Kramer said I texted the link to him. Okay, thanks, Kramer. Well, let's
He must be asleep.
anybody well, we'll see. Yeah, Shane likes the purple machine too. So let's see if everybody can put in their something in the messaging here, and you'll get him on the spinny name of spinnies. And I'll give you 5 seconds. Hurry up. Hey, Austin, thanks for joining us. We're in Canada tonight. Gee, you've been told to get that shirt.
Yep. I'm gonna earn that shirt in a couple of weeks. Just a few more weeks,
Yeah.
and then I will totally earn it.
Yep.
Very cool. All right, here we go. Now I gotta go back. You guys make me go back and forth to this screen here. Giveaways. Travis, are you ready? I'm calling it a Travis night, a rigged night. Here we go. Entries. Good luck.
Got my fingers crossed for Travis.
Ah, I won.
Oh no. It is rigged.
It is rigged.
All right, one more. Finally have some good in my day for a change. I thought it was gonna be
It's a teaser.
another Australian.
Congratulations,
All right.
Craig.
Congrats, Craig. All right. What's Travis saying?
Why can't we see you, Jade?
It's rigged. I'm hiding. I have no idea.
You've turned into a brick wall.
I have. Where did I go?
I don't know.
Oh, there I am.
There you are.
All right.
Yeah, Travis, I'm beginning to agree with you. She's got this wheel rigged.
Almost had it.
Yep. That's 2 or 3 weeks in a row, his name popped up and it flipped over to the next name.
A high five from America. Yep, Craig won a high five from America. Yep, that's right. Oh, wait. No.
Oh, see y'all later.
All right, Austin. See ya.
Paramotor event.
All right. Apparently, we're not going to. Kramer, give us an update on Sean. Have you heard from him? Or should I message him? I don't know where my phone went. I got too many animals on me.
Yeah, if he's taking pain medicines, he may be asleep.
Probably a good thing. Probably needs to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just asked him if everybody's message.
He's probably turned his phone off.
Yeah, we'll let him be. So, sorry guys. Sorry for the bad news, but I'm glad he's okay. So, Gavin, just be careful, please.
Yes, I do not want to go through that again. The most painful part
Yeah.
was not being able to fly, if I'm being honest.
Mine is still not being able to walk. So, I'm very frustrated with that. So,
Yeah, how long has it been?
June 4th will be a year.
All right, yeah.
And I just went back to physical therapy for the first time tonight, right after work. And no, Kramer, don't call him. Don't wake him up. He needs his rest. We'll get him some other time. My knee's bending back to where it was before this last surgery I had 3.5 weeks ago. So I had a rod stuck in my femur. So now my right leg will never break, hopefully. So, but anyway,
Hey, Trevor.
Trevor who?
Trevor, you know who?
Oh, Trevor Steele finally showed up in here. Where's
Wow.
he been?
I have his shirt on right now. There you go.
Oh,
How are you, Trevor?
Trevor's been having too much fun. Does Trevor know that you had the same type of break that he did?
Yeah, I got a hold of him when it happened. I think he went down maybe 5-6 days after I did. It was
Oh, really?
actually that story is kind of, I'll say cool. I guess it's not cool at all, but I was coming back from the hospital and I was sitting outside in a lawn chair for the first time in a couple days with a cast on. And next thing you know, I pull up Facebook, and he went down the exact same way I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you were describing how you went down, he's the first one I thought of. I'm like, oh, Trevor.
Yeah.
Trevor was trying to teach me how to do wheelies on my wheelchair. I still can only do little ones, Trevor. I'm too big of a chicken.
practice.
I know, but I'll tip over. So yes, don't forget, Gavin, if you want to
You
fly
gotta
with
have fun.
get them wheelies dialed in, right? Gavin, don't forget to get a hold of 2 Feet and a Heartbeat. Aaron, he's in the Buffalo area of New York. You can fly
Yep.
with his buddies if you're able to cross over at all. Yeah, Trevor. Yeah, Trevor, I'll be wearing a helmet and licking Gavin's short bus windows. Oh, all right. Well, if anybody wants to meet Gavin off the air, you're more than welcome to. We're not going to stick around too late. I'll send the invite here one last time. Otherwise, next week, like G said, is we have somebody from Mexico City coming on.
Yes. Agatha Lanchester is my
Are you
good
gonna
friend
be-
from Roomba.
Are you going to be able to translate, or am I going to need Kramer on here?
Somebody said last week she could speak English.
Well, she said she can,
speaks-
but
yeah,
okay.
yeah. She's awesome. You're gonna, yeah. She speaks very good English. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so she was just being chicken. Get Trevor and Judd's.
Yep. Yeah. There's Trevor asking
Take,
right now.
hopefully you guys can hang out with us
That would be
again.
cool.
Yep.
Yep. So, and maybe she'll be on the beach with Gavin's dad and mom next week. So, all right. You guys have a good night and keep flying safe, or please fly safe, I should say. Gavin, thank you, sir. Stick around.
Thank
Thank
you
Gee,
very much for having me.
get your homework done.
Get your homework
I'm
done.
gonna stick around in a few minutes, you guys.
Dr. G.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you next
night.
week.